in game number 1. We're going to game number 2 now. It is on Belshia Vestige. Starting up at the top left-hand side as our Finnish Protoss player. It is none other than Elfi. And his opponent down on the bottom right-hand side as our blue Zerg player, who is playing with fire. It is Zypher. Alright, so yeah, just to clarify with the stream, guys, like, I find it kind of funny that it's the European guys who have awesome internet that were complaining about the stream. I can't actually do too much. Like, it should be at least partially watchable. That's why I've got the overlay showing like a lot more. It's a lot bigger here so that you can see it a little bit better. But it's sort of the best I can do, unfortunately. You guys should totally come to Australia and help out. Like, give us extra money or bring us some of your internet. The Swedish guys, and I don't know, is Finland's internet awesome too, like Sweden? I'd assume it is, given that you guys are both so close together. So what I'll do, just for you guys, because obviously if you're having a little bit of trouble watching, I'll try and sort of minimize the movement of what we're doing here. We'll try and keep it relatively slow. So Belshia Vestige, you know, you can take your natural nice and easily here. Normal sort of setup is you have a pylon along with a couple of like a gateway or two, and then another pylon off to the side. You have a zealot blocking the in and out just there, and you can. Finland has the worst internet in Europe. Are you serious? You're so close to Sweden though. Surely you guys can like share internet or something like that. Anyway, yeah, Julia will fix it up, hopefully, if she actually stays in power. Anyway, so for the Protoss plays, you often see a lot of players go for a Forge Fast expand on this map, but it looks like we will have Elfi starting out with a Gateway expand. It's got the two probes inside the gas at the moment, just bringing out a small amount of gas, but it's enough to get out a mothership core, which you really do need right at the start of the game. It also gives you just enough to get your warp gate tech started as well. So we can see that Zypher has taken his natural and is going to be looking to start relatively similar to the way he played in the previous game. Now, Elfi has seen that the gas is just about to complete here inside the main base, so he'll know that there is a possibility that there could be another sort of possible early push coming out of Zypher, but I mean, I doubt that anything like that would be a worry for Elfi. So we can see that we have currently got Elfi getting that Zealot started out, very similar to the previous game, also looking to get his natural expand started very soon. The Mothership Core has also popped out, and things are proceeding very, very similar to the previous game, with the expansion starting up here for Zypher. He's got his first couple of drones out, has mined out a little bit of gas. He's about to get enough to start his metabolic boost over at the spawning pool. But other than that, everything is very, very similar to last game for the time being. However, looks like a couple of Lings are about to make their way inside the main, so Zypher is going to see what's going on in here. He'll see that it is, again, a very standard sort of expansion from Elfi with the gateway and then the cyber core. However, the Zealot has made its way across the map, and it looks like that guy is going to get a little bit of damage done. The Queen forced to bring across some drones to save the day. And it turns out drones save the Queen, but it looks like the Mothership Core is going to come across. They're very hungry for this Queen. If they can get across and perhaps take out that Queen, that'd be a nice little grab for Elfi. In fact, I think they will. Queen is now off creep, and a couple of shots, and she's dead. Down she goes. Zealot also gets taken out by the drones, but I mean, Zypher has suffered quite an annoying loss there with the Queen going down, but Elfi needs to be very careful. The Queen is now targeting down that Mothership Core. Is it going to escape? It looks like it won't. The Queen from the main base comes along, but two Stalkers have now come along, and Elfi is again going to take control of this game here. He's going to take out, that's the second Queen that's taken out. A little bit of micro here on the Stalkers, and he should be able to take out some more of these drones and possibly even a third Queen, but Elfi doing such a great job for the moment. He is getting his expansion up. Two more gates coming across here, and we'll probably, in fact, a third gate. So we are going to see a 4-gate play here. I do like that decision from Elfi, looking to possibly get started with a 4-gate push, and I mean, we do see a probe just making its way across the map right now, so if Elfi gets a, yeah, I was going to say, round about here is where you would probably see a pylon. Like, a lot of people like to put it up here. some people will throw it down over in this position, but you do have to be careful of these overlords because they will see exactly what is going on. But I think we will get a 4-gate push very quickly coming out of Elfi. He's got a lot of chrono boost available at that main nexus. We've got a little bit here, well actually none at all basically, but he's going to get started. Looks like warping in some sentries back at home. The two stalkers have made it all the way back. The lings that came across are trying to get some harassment going, but I mean, there's no real hope of that. So Elfi getting prepared for that push. The fifth gate, sorry, is just about to complete, so he's going to have quite a lot of power here in this push. He's going to try and rely on the fact that Zypher lost a couple of queens, which meant he had to invest another 150, 300, 450 minerals in building a couple more queens. And despite the fact that Zypher is going to see this extra gate inside the main, I don't know if he's going to be prepared for this, because this push is going to be extremely powerful from Elfi here. We can see that he's got a lot of sentries. We're going to warp in that pylon, and with that pylon comes a lot of zealots. So zealots now warping in from Elfi. His third base is basically dead. I don't think there's any chance that Elfi is going to be stopped here at the third base. The sentries come along, another pylon goes down as well, and yeah, I don't know if you'd even bother going for that third base. It looks like Elfi is just going to push straight forwards towards the natural, trying to micro back a couple of those stalkers there. We can see on the production tab that a couple more roaches are on the way. Elfi trying to force field off a couple of the roaches. Brilliantly done there. Nice work from Elfi to force out those roaches into the middle of the battle. And with the mothership core here, a lot of zealots, a time warp, there it is, and a couple more stalkers now warping in. I think that Elfi is going to be able to take this. It's going to be extremely difficult for Zypher to be able to hold this attack, because the 5 gates back at home from Elfi are just going to constantly produce units. We'll probably see chrono boost going into all of them. There it is. So he's going to chrono boost as much as he can, and with just constant units coming out, we'll probably see stalkers and zealots for the most part. I doubt we'll see any more sentries, but Elfi has decided to just move back for a moment. He may try and look to kill off that third base, and wow, Elfi's micro is just on par right now. Beautiful stuff from him. Zealot's actually getting into a little bit of trouble at the top of the ramp, but it looks like Zypher, he may hold Elfi back for a moment, but I doubt he's going to be able to hold enough to actually save this game, because all Elfi is going to do right now is just warp in units. We do see the odd probe being built back at home, but I mean, he can just constantly bring in these units here, and that means that that our Zerg player Zypher is going to be stuck on 42 drones for a very long time, and all that is going to happen is this Protoss force is just going to continually, slowly beef up, and with some good force fields, Elfi may be able to just push in right here, right now. Catches some of the lings, the roaches inside the force field wall there, very nicely done. Targets down the spine. Spine goes down. Roaches, lings, doing what they can to try and fight back, but it is just so much here from Elfi. And despite losing some of the sentries and the stalkers, I think that Elfi is going to be able to push through here. There is just not enough production available for Zypher, and losing those few queens and a couple of drones right at the start was a really annoying thing for Zypher to have to deal with. It looks like he's brought the drones out there doing what they can, but it is just too much, and we see a GG from Zypher. So Elfi takes this series between these two players. Looks like Finland is going to win this battle between the Finns and the Swedes. So Elfi doing quite well in those two games. Of course, Zypher did really well in game number 1. I was actually really impressed with how he went there, but unfortunately just a couple of the upgrades were a little bit further behind.